If you were my client and you were interested in getting a promotion in your tech PM role, this is exactly what I would tell you. First of all, we have to understand what the rubric for leveling looks like in your company. Depending if you're working for a big tech company or a smaller company or a startup or something in between, you can have a different understanding, internal company understanding of what levels even mean. I'm not necessarily talking about the titles. I'm just talking about the progression of what it means to go from a junior PM to a senior PM in your organization. Obviously, this leveling, this concept is well understood in big tech companies, Google, Facebook, Amazon. There's a progression. There's an internal rubric. L5 means this, L6 means that, and so on. So your first job is to figure out, what does the company even think about the leveling system? What do the different levels mean? You have to find the internal documents if those exist. And if they don't, you can ask the team, leadership, your manager, where this information is in the company and whether it's even in a written format. A lot of companies, especially the smaller companies, will not have a distinction that you can understand for the levels inside the company. And that's okay. But step one is just understanding, what are we actually dealing with? I call this rubric. You need to understand the company rubric. How does the company think about level 4 versus level 5 versus level 6? How does the company think about that progression? Let's say you're in a big tech company and the rubric is pretty well understood. What you're usually going to find is an internal document that says, here is how Google, let's say, here's how we think about L5 product manager. Here are the skills that you need to demonstrate. Here is the scope of work that you need to demonstrate. And then maybe here is the specific experience or maybe actual deliverables that we need to show at this level. Each one is going to have subpoints, and this is exactly what we're going to work through in the rest of this video. But step one is just copy that over to your own personal document where you're going to create a spreadsheet that basically says, here are all the requirements. Column 1 is all the requirements for this table. Of course, nowadays, just copy it to your favorite LLM and have it create this checklist for you. Here are all the things, according to all the documentation that I can find internally. Here is what it means to be my level, L5, let's say, and here's what it means to be L+1, L6. Or if you don't have the level numbers, it might be, here's what it means to be a senior PM, and here's what it means to be a group PM or principal PM. And you want to visually be able to see what your level looks like, what L+1 looks like, and what your current performance looks like. And what we're going to be talking about here is creating a promo deck and a promo doc, a promo readiness document for yourself that you're going to be referencing in order to build the case for promotion, in order to sell the case for promotion to your manager and other folks that you need to get buy-in from. And then we're going to leverage that exact doc to actually go ahead and get promoted.